Arc Minerals finally announced some of their the results from their drilling program that they have been undertaking, and I thought I could share a few thoughts on potential upside that Arc Minerals has. Now, as for what's generally known, of course, there's a drilling program, there's the commercial scale pilot plant, and there is obviously the project in the DRC. Aside from what is more well known, I thought it would be interesting to touch upon the subjects which perhaps are more speculative. So these are my opinions as to certain things that could occur, as opposed to what has been announced. So firstly, obviously, I think that this resource has a high chance of being quite large, and the management has stated that. And with that resource, I think that there's a chance that they'll be able to upgrade the material that they put through the plant. The reason I believe that they can upgrade the material that can go through the plant is that that has previously been done by Zamsort management. So if instead of putting 1% copper through, you're putting 2, 3, 4% copper through at 35,000 tons per month, at a much higher percentage of copper, the cash flows would be significantly enhanced. And obviously that would drop straight to the bottom line and would allow them to continue drilling the extensive license areas that they have in Zambia. The processing plant itself, it is possible that perhaps they will be able to do some work to exceed the tonnage that they can that they're hoping to put through. Obviously, they're sort of currently slowly ramping up the plant, and I believe they're now targeting end of Q4 for production. Another thing which the company has previously mentioned is that they are looking at debt financing. So obviously, with the plant continuing to move towards profitability, and the company, if they're able to show that to a lender, any additional work that needs to be done, they should be able to borrow a modest amount of capital. I'm guessing, say, $5-10 million. And that would allow them to do any more sort of remediation work without returning to the market. Finally, another thing which, if you have read through many of the SP Angel articles, there has in fact been gold found in the license area. Now, I am not expecting that they are suddenly going to come out and say, oh, we've hit Bonanza grades of gold. However, I think there's a reasonably good chance, based on that information, that there is in fact gold in the area. However, that's not the current target of any work, but that's something which in the next, say, 6-12 months may be looked upon. And so I think that we're coming into a very newsworthy or news-heavy period. Obviously, there's the news, the sale of the project in Slovakia. I'm not expecting that that's going to be anything particularly exciting in terms of, oh, woohoo, we've got $10 million. But I think that there's a reasonably good chance that we could get perhaps £1 million for it. Although the gold price has obviously come off more recently, and that was a relatively... The economics are not particularly exciting, and if I remember correctly, the economics on that particular project were done at about $1,300, and the IRR wasn't looking particularly amazing at that level, so I suspect that whoever was looking at purchasing that will either now be driving a harder bargain, or in fact are not interested. So if Nick manages to sell it, the current gold prices, that'll be great, but I'm not really expecting that to come through anytime soon. But we could have news dropping, obviously, from the DRC, but I would actually expect that more towards the end of Q4. Though I feel that the company is very much focused on Zambia currently, and I'm personally very happy about that. As for the kind of cash calculations, I've rerun all the figures for the estimated EBITDA given the lower copper cobalt prices, and I will update my document with those figures. I'm now showing that if they do full ramp up with the projected 1% copper, 0.2% cobalt grades as per listed on the Arc Minerals website, I'm showing ARC attributable EBITDA of about $1.6 million per month, which, you know, for the size of company that this is, would be significant. And obviously that's looking at nearly $20 million attributable. Obviously they own about 66% of Zamzor. And, I mean, it's only... I mean, okay, fine, allow for some delays in its early Q1. I don't know of many, or in fact any, copper exploration projects on AIM where you have near-term cash flow. I know that Georgia Mining Corporation apparently have that, but they've apparently had it for years, and as far as I can tell, they now have problems with some permits. And if you look at the fact that ARC are in control of their processing facility rather than beholden to a JV partner, if you know of another copper, another company with exciting copper exploration prospects and a processing plant, then please let me know. Cheers.